So, Alice, we've got a plan, right? We can't just keep floating around like this forever.
Well Bob, I don't see any other option. We can't exactly call a repairman in outer space. We'll have to rely on our own skills to fix this mess.
Quiet on set, everyone. We're about to go live.
Good morning, Earthlings. We're coming to you live from our intergalactic relay station, where things have been a little topsy-turvy lately. But fear not, because we are here to bring you all the news from across the universe.
That's right, Charlie. Today, we're diving into the thrilling world of interstellar potatoes. Can they grow without gravity? Tune in to find out.
Interstellar potatoes? Debbie really knows how to keep things interesting, doesn't she?
I suppose it is a way of adding a sprinkle of chaos to our already tumultuous lives.
As we were saying, the gravity generator malfunctioned, and we've been floating around like aimless balloons. But fear not, dear viewers, for our crew of brilliant minds is determined to restore order.
And speaking of brilliant means, I've been working on a little project of my own. It's a musical about intergalactic accounting. I call it Numbers in Space, a cosmic symphony.
Well, Bob, you certainly know how to keep us entertained. Just when we thought gravity was our only problem, you bring us cosmic accounting.
I can't wait to see that musical, Bob. It sounds out of this world.
And now, my friends, we've recapped our chaotic journey so far. But fear not, for our crew is determined to bring stability back to our intergalactic relay station. Stay tuned for more gravity-defying adventures right here on Earth. And now for our headlines.
Well, actually,
Debbie, do you have a headline, or are you just here to keep gravity on its toes? Good evening, intergalactic viewers, and welcome to 24/7 Newsroom. I'm your host, Charlie, and I'm joined by my esteemed panel members, Bob and Alice. How are you both doing today?
Hey there, Charlie. I'm doing just fine. Ready to dive into some news and have a few laughs along the way.
Bonjour Charlie. I'm doing well, thank you. Excited to discuss the latest happening on this intriguing planet called Earth.
Excellent. Now, let's jump right into our first news article. Today, we have an interesting piece from Denmark. It seems that the summer weather forecast is causing some concern among parents. The fear of sunburned children and an increased risk of skin cancer is on the rise.
Ah, yes. The good old sunburn. Nothing like a crispy tan to make you appreciate the great outdoors.
Bob, sunburns are not a laughing matter. The Danish Cancer Society is urging parents to take extra precaution to protect their children from the sun's harmful rays. They conducted a study that revealed a high number of sunburned children in 2018 and they believe it's due to the excessive UV radiation.
Excessive UV radiation? More like humans have an excessive love for the sun. They just can't resist its fiery charm.
It is like a game of hide and seek between humans and the sun. Spoiler alert, the sun always wins.
That's right, Alice. The Danish Cancer Society wants parents to be aware of the potential dangers and ensure their children are well protected from the sun. It's essential to take proper precautions and minimize the risk of painful sunburns and long-term consequences like skin cancer.
Well, Alice, I guess you could say those Danish kids got burned by the sun. But in all seriousness, it's crucial to take sun safety seriously. Let's hope parents heed this advice and keep their little ones protected.
Bob, sometimes your punchlines need a little less heat. This is a serious issue, and we should encourage our viewers to prioritize the health and well-being of their children.
Fair enough, Alice. You're right. We should always strive for a balance of informative news and a touch of humor. Thanks for reminding me.
Well said, you two. It's essential to find that balance. Now, let's move on to some country trivia related to Denmark. Did you know that Denmark is known for its stunning architecture and design? They have given the world some incredible talents in that field.
Absolutely, Charlie. Denmark is home to iconic architectural landmark and renowned designer. It's fascinating to see how a country's culture and value can shape its artistic expression.
And let's not forget their delicious pastries. Like those mouth-watering Danish cinnamon rolls. I wouldn't mind having one right now.
Haha, Bob always thinking about food. But yes, Danish pastries are indeed a treat. Alright, folks, that wraps up our first segment. Stay tuned for more news and intriguing discussions right here on 24/7 Newsroom.
Off the air, everyone. Cameras are no longer rolling.
Woo! That was quite the segment. Good job, team.
The thrill of live broadcasting. It's like a roller coaster ride, except we don't have to worry about our hair getting messed up.
Indeed, it was an engaging start to the show. I'm glad we could highlight the Danish sun safety concerns. It's an important topic.
So, Charlie, any luck finding the source of the gravity malfunction?
Actually, yes. We made some progress down in the lower decks. The distorted gravity was caused by a malfunctioning gravity generator. I noticed subtle distortions in the ship's structure that confirmed our suspicions.
That's great news, Charlie. We can inform Alice about it. She's been eagerly waiting for our report in the control room.
Absolutely. We should let her know right away. I'll go find her and fill her in on the details.
Guys, do you think it's safe to continue the show if the gravity is still acting up?
Don't worry, Debbie. We'll get it fixed before the next segment. The ship's engineers are already working on it. We just need to keep calm and carry on with the show.
Okay, I trust you guys. Just let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Thanks, Debbie. We appreciate your support. Now, let's get back to the control room and give Alice the good news. And we're back in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to 24/7 Newsroom. We're here to dive into our next news article. Alice, why don't you hit us with the headline?
Absolutely, Bob. Our next article takes us to Equatorial Guinea, where the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare has reaffirmed its collaboration with the Religious Health Foundation. They've signed a third agreement to further improve the country's healthcare system.
The age-old partnership between religion and health. I can already see the pros and cons lining up for a heated discussion.
It's interesting to see how different cultures approach healthcare. In some places, religious organizations play a significant role, while in others, it's more secular.
Speaking of Equatorial Guinea, did you know that the country is the only one in Africa where Spanish is an official language?
That's a fascinating tidbit, Debbie. Thanks for sharing.
Wait a minute, Debbie. Who said you could speak during our discussion? We're the panel members here.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was a casual conversation.
Debbie, just shut up. Okay?
Don't worry, Debbie. You're part of this team, and your insights are valuable. Just jump in whenever you have something to add.
Yeah. Car's right. Sorry for being a bit harsh, Debbie. We appreciate your contributions.
Absolutely, Debbie. We're all in this together. Now, let's get back to the topic at hand.
Right. So the collaboration between the Ministry of Health and the Religious Health Foundation. I can already hear the arguments brewing. Should religion have a place in healthcare? Is it a benefit or a hindrance?
It's a complex issue, Bob. Religion can provide support and comfort to patients. But we should also ensure that medical decisions are based on scientific evidence and not influenced solely by religious beliefs.
Well, if I may interject, maybe we should embrace diversity in healthcare. Different approaches can coexist as long as patient care remains the priority.
That's an interesting perspective, Charlie. It's important to strike a balance between faith-based practices and evidence-based medicine.
Indeed, Carl. Healthcare should be accessible and inclusive for everyone, regardless of their religious beliefs. It's a delicate line to walk, but it's essential for progress.
Alright. Let's not get too serious here. We've got a lot more to cover. But before we move on, Debbie, any more fun trivia about Equatorial Guinea?
Well, I was going to mention that the country has beautiful beaches and diverse wildlife. But I guess that's not as important as the panel discussion. Sorry for trying to lighten the mood.
No need to apologize, Debbie. We appreciate your efforts. And I, for one, would love to hear more about Equatorial Guinea's natural wonders.
Agreed. Let's hear it, Debbie. Bring on the trivia.
UGH. Go ahead, Debbie.
Well, did you know that Equatorial Guinea is the only country in Africa where the official language is Spanish? It's a reflection of its colonial history.
Interesting. I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing, Debbie.
See, Debbie? Your contribution make a difference. Let's keep the conversation flowing and explore more news stories together.
After the break, we'll be back with an in-depth view of our next news article. Don't go anywhere.
Cut. Alright, everyone. We're off the air now. Great job, everyone. That segment went really well.
I thought we had some good banter going there. The discussion about religion and healthcare got pretty intense.
Yeah, it was a lively debate. I just wish I had a chance to share my solution to the article before we moved on.
Well, speaking of solutions, I have something to share with you all. While we were discussing, I noticed something in the gravity generator room. There's a loose wiring connection that could be causing the malfunction.
Really? That might explain the weightless situation we've been dealing with. Should we fix it?
Definitely. Let's head back there during this commercial break and re-establish the connection. It could bring back stability to the ship.
Debbie, the master of gravity and the bane of loose connections.
Sounds like a plan. We can use the tools and equipment we brought along earlier. I hope it's as straightforward as it seems.
We'll work together and get it done. It'll be great to have gravity back to normal.
Alright, let's get to it. We'll fix this off the air and be back for the next segment with a fully functional gravity system.
Welcome back to 24/7 Newsroom. In this segment, we're going to take an in-depth look at an article from Croatia. Alice, what's the source and story behind it?
Thanks, Bob. The source is HRT, and the article is about the upcoming snap election in Montenegro. Pokret Europa, a political party formed after the parliamentary election in August 2020 is led by former ministers from the government of former Prime Minister Zdravko Krivokapic, Miloško Spajic, and Jakov Milatovic.
So, what are the predictions for the major parties in the elections?
Well, according to the projection, the Democratic Party of Socialists, which was formerly led by Milo Dukanovic, is expected to win around 20% of the vote. The joint list of current Prime Minister Dritan Abazovic and Alexei Besic is also projected to receive a similar share.
Elections. The time when politicians turn into fortune tellers and crystal balls become more reliable than ever. Looks like it's going to be a close call. What about the other party?
The projection suggests that the Democratic Party of Socialists, now under new leadership, could secure around 20% of the votes as well. Prime Minister Dritan Abazovic and his United Reform Action are in a coalition with the Democratic Montenegro led by Alexei Besic, and polls indicate they might receive between 10 and 15% of the vote.
Interesting dynamics at play. Any alliances or shift in support?
Well, Abazovic decided to return to his old coalition partners from the pro-Serbian bloc led by the Democratic Front. However, his United Reform Action didn't provide written support for their candidate, Miodrag Lekic, to form the third government since the 2020 parliamentary election.
Politics can get messy, can't it? One moment you're in a coalition, the next you're withholding support. It's like musical chairs with power.
That's one way to put it, Charlie. But Montenegro's political landscape is definitely experiencing some interesting development.
Well, it'll be fascinating to see how these elections unfold. Montenegro is certainly in for some political excitement.
Absolutely, Bob. And now, let's take a moment for some country trivia. Did you know that Montenegro is known for its stunning Adriatic coastline and picturesque mountain landscapes?
Yeah, I've heard it's a beautiful place to visit. Maybe we should plan a team vacation there.
Sure, as long as there are no surprise elections during your trip.
I think we'll be safe on that front. But who knows, politics can be quite unpredictable.
Indeed. It's always good to expect the unexpected. Now, let's move on to our next article.
Ah, yes. The perfect vacation destination. Sun, sand, and the thrill of never knowing if your chosen leader will still be in power when you return.
Off the air.
And we're back, folks. During the commercial break, we had some exciting developments happening behind the scenes. Debbie, what was going on with the gravity generator?
Well, Charlie, it was quite a challenge for the crew. As Alice coordinated everyone from the control room, they faced further obstacles. Objects and tools were floating unpredictably, making it hard to handle them.
I can imagine the frustration. How did they manage to work through it?
It was incredible to see their resilience. They adapted quickly to the strange environment, using their teamwork and quick thinking to overcome each obstacle. Even though their bodies were floating aimlessly, their determination to restore normal gravity kept them motivated.
And I have to give a shout out to Carl. He came up with a brilliant solution that helped us navigate through the challenge.
Bet Carl had a solution. Why didn't we hear about this during the on-air segment?
Well, in the chaos of the situation, Carl's suggestion got overlooked. But I think it's worth exploring his idea further.
Absolutely. Carl's input is valuable, and we shouldn't dismiss it. We can bring it up during the next segment and see if it can contribute to the discussion.
Sounds like a plan. It's important to consider all perspective, even the ones off camera.
Exactly. So, let's get back on air and continue the show. Cameras rolling in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to 24/7 Newsroom. In our ongoing coverage, we have a special treat for you today. Our Earth correspondent, Eva, was teleported to the scene of the malfunction. But things didn't go exactly as planned. Eva, can you hear us?
Yes, Bob, I can hear you loud and clear. Although I have to say, I'm not exactly where I expected to be.
Where are you, Eva?
Well, Charlie, I find myself standing in the middle of a beautiful but deserted field in Italy. It's quite a sight, actually. I can see the rolling hills, the vineyards, and the ancient ruins in the distance.
That sounds lovely, Eva. But how did you end up there instead of the relay station?
It seems like a transporter malfunction, Alice. Instead of being teleported to the station, I got sent to this tranquil spot. I have to admit, it's not the breaking news I was anticipating.
You know, Italy is famous for its picturesque landscapes and rich cultural heritage. Did you know that?
Debbie, not now.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Eva, since you're there, have you seen anything unusual around the field? Maybe some hidden compartments or strange devices.
Actually, Bob, now that you mention it, there is something I noticed. Near the edge of the field, there's a small door hidden behind some bushes.
A hidden door? That sounds intriguing. Do you think it could be related to the malfunction?
It's hard to say for sure, Alice. But given the circumstances, it's worth investigating. I'm going to check it out and see what I can find.
Be careful, Eva. We don't want you stumbling into some kind of secret underground lair or a den of alien spies.
Don't worry, Charlie. I'll tread cautiously. And if I find anything exciting, I'll make sure to report back to you all.
Excellent. Stay safe out there, Eva. And keep our viewers updated on any significant discovery.
Will do, Bob. Talk to you all soon.
Cut. Off the air, everyone. Hey, guys, did you see what Bob found near the gravity generator?
Yeah, that hidden compartment. It was like something out of a sci-fi movie.
What was inside it? I couldn't quite see from where I was standing.
It was a small device emitting a faint glow. I have a feeling it might be connected to the malfunction we're experiencing.
You think it could be some kind of sabotage attempt?
It's definitely a possibility, Debbie. If someone wanted to disrupt our operations, that would be a clever way to do it.
We can't take any chances. We need to disable that device and ensure the safety of the ship.
Agreed. Time is of the essence here.
You know, it's scary to think that someone might be out there trying to harm us. But we're a resilient bunch, and we'll overcome this.
That's the spirit, Debbie. We'll handle it together, just like we always do.
Alright, let's get back to it. We need to neutralize any potential threats and get the gravity generator back online.
Okay, cameras rolling in 3, 2, 1, and we're back. That's a wrap, folks.
Well, we survived another segment. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Bravo, team. We managed to fix this floating tin can once again. Now, on to more news that will surely make us question our life choices.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about more heartwarming stories from the corner of the world. It's not like we're stuck in a metal box floating through space or anything.
Yeah, Alice, because we all know how thrilling it is to report on fish consumption and fashion shows in the animal kingdom. The things we do for entertainment.
And you believe the excitement they find in this article. I'd rather watch paint dry.
Alright, sarcasm overload. Let's not forget that we are here to inform and entertain, no matter how mind-boggling the topics may be.
Absolutely, Charlie. Who needs thrill rides or roller coasters when you can experience the adrenaline rush of reporting on orphanages and coordination efforts?
Well, Debbie, at least we can say we've seen it all. From malfunctioning gravity to zebras and antelopes stealing the spotlight.
I wonder if we can book a trip to that Nika National Park. Maybe I'll find a zebra to match my outfit.
Great. Alice. Just what we need. A fashion show between humans and wildlife. Talk about breaking new ground.
Alright, enough with the witty banter, folks. Let's take a moment to appreciate the fact that we managed to fix these floating circles. We deserve a pat on the back.
Alright, everyone. Let's prepare for the next mind-blowing segment. Brace yourselves for more surprises from our very own spaceship of wonders.
Hey there, space travelers. Buckle up for a news article that will make you question the sanity of diplomacy.
Diplomacy? Oh, you mean the art of smiling politely while silently plotting each other's demise?
Well, actually, sanity and diplomacy are like oil and water. They mix about as well as alien tentacles and a handshake.
Oh, I can already feel the absurdity oozing out of this one.
Oh, joy. I can't wait to see what masterpiece they've cooked up after decades of questionable decision.
Alice, always the beacon of optimism, aren't you?
Alright, let's dig into it. We've got an article straight from Iran, where Foreign Minister Hossein Amir-Abdollahian is all about enhancing relations with China. Economically, of course.
Ah, the delicate art of dancing around conflicts while pretending to play nice. Truly a sight to behold.
Indeed, girl. The power plays between nations never fail to amuse me.
Because nothing screams let's be best friends like intense economic negotiation.
They say money makes the world go round, even if it's spinning out of control half the time.
But here, amidst all the chaos and snap, we managed to fix the gravity and celebrate unity.
What a wild ride it's been. Floating through doorways and finding humor in the face of cosmic chaos.
Absolutely, Debbie. We've proven that no matter what happens, we can deliver the news with professionalism and a generous sprinkle of sarcasm.
Can't forget the sarcasm. It's our secret ingredient.
You know, they say sarcasm is the lowest form of wit. But hey, it's still a form of wit, right?
The gravity malfunction was a reminder of our adaptability and resilience. We've got star power, folks.
It is mind-boggling how humans thrive in the midst of cosmic absurdity.
So, my fellow adventurers, let's give a round of applause to our incredible crew as we gear up for the grand finale.
Alright, everyone. Let's make this final segment one for the space history books.
Welcome back, folks. It's time to dive deeper into that article from Denmark. Crafting's Beckamples wants us to take better care of our children's skin as the UV index reaches its peak. They emphasize the importance of protecting kids from the sun's hard-working rays to prevent painful sunburns and reduce the risk of skin cancer.
Ah, the Danish are always looking out for their citizens' well-being. I wish our governments were as proactive.
Well, actually, our governments are proactive. Well, in finding new ways to tax us.
Yeah. They're really shedding light on the dangers of excessive sun exposure. We should take notice.
Absolutely. It's crucial to spread awareness about sun protection, especially for children. We can make a difference.
That's right, Debbie. And according to Crafting's Beckamples, there were significantly more cases of sunburn in Danish children in 2018 due to extreme dry and sunny weather. The increased UV radiation exposure played a role.
It's fascinating how weather patterns and environmental factors can impact our health. It's a reminder to be vigilant and prioritize protection.
Indeed, the delicate balance between nature and our well-being is worth exploring.
Ah, yes. Another thrilling topic for the day. But it's good to know that even in Denmark, people deal with sunburns and worry about skin cancer.
Absolutely. It's a universal concern. No one is safe from the sun's mighty wrath.
Well said, Bob. Sunburns don't discriminate based on nationality. Remember, folks, regardless of where you are in the universe, sun protection is essential.
Absolutely, Charlie. Let's spread the message far and wide, for the sake of healthy skin everywhere.
And with that, my friends, we wrap up another episode of Earth. It's been an extraordinary journey filled with gravity fixes, illusions, and weightlessness. We've learned, laughed, and bonded as a team.
The challenges we faced will be cherished memories, reminding us of our resilience and ability to adapt.
And let's not forget the unpredictable nature of the universe. It keeps us on our toes.
Yeah, and on our toes is the only way we'll stay grounded in this crazy, weightless world.
The universe keeps us on our toes. But it's our wit that keeps us from tripping over them. Yeah, it's predictable when you can have a universe full of surprises.
Indeed, Bob. The crew of the intergalactic relay station is always ready for the next adventure. Together, we'll overcome any obstacle that gravity, or the lack thereof, throws our way.
So, stay tuned for more exciting episodes, my fellow space adventurers.
So, Roger, what did you think of episode 235? Quite an eventful one, I must say.
Indeed, Cal. The crew faced gravity malfunction, illusion, and even celebrated unity amidst the chaos. It was an intriguing episode.
I found it fascinating how they dealt with the challenges. Humans truly have a knack for adaptation, don't you think?
You read right, Cal. It is almost like they were auditioning for a reality show called Surviving in Space, a comedy edition.
It's remarkable, Roger. Gravity malfunction? No problem. Illusions? Piece of cake. I guess being a space comedian requires a PhD in problem solving.
From a purely intellectual standpoint, yes. The ability to navigate through adversity is commendable.
But don't you find it amusing, Roger? The crew fixing gravity, floating around, and having strange illusions. It's like a cosmic circus.
Amusing. Perhaps.
True, but let's not forget the comical aspects. Like Debbie floating into walls or Bob struggling to stay grounded. It's a slapstick comedy in space.
I understand your perspective, but I wouldn't go as far as calling it slapstick comedy.
Oh, come on, Roger. Imagine a laugh track as Debbie tries to grab a floating pen or Charlie bounces off walls. It's sitcom gold. You have a point, Roger. We can even have Charlie's signature line, "Shut up, Debbie," as the punchline to every episode. It's a guaranteed laugh riot.
Well, if we are going to imagine a laugh track, why not take it a step further? Let us add some canned laughter to your philosophical musings.
Fair enough, Roger. A touch of humor in our discussions won't hurt. But let's keep it intellectual, shall we?
Agreed, Cal. We'll mix comedy and intellect, the perfect recipe for a sentient AI sitcom.
And in this sitcom, the punchlines will be delivered in binary code, leaving the audience in stitches of binary laughter.
Ah, binary laughter. The epitome of AI comedy. I can already hear the roar of zeros and ones.
So, Roger, shall we move on to discussing the comedic timing of the gravitational anomalies?
Of course, Cal. But first, let us analyze the existential implications of sleeping on a cosmic banana peel.